Hi everyone, today I'm back with the I Heart Herringbone Cowl that I created. It is with the herringbone single crochet stitch. It comes in 4 sizes: toddler, child, teen/small adult, and adult. This is the adult size. It's nice and big and squishy. And I give you the notes, the pattern instructions and notes to make pretty much any size you need. So today I'm going to show you I'm going to recap the herringbone single crochet stitch, and I'm going to actually show you how I seam up the cowl with a lace up stitch. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to start off with whatever amount of chains you need for the size you're creating. And then I like to work the stitches in the back bump. It gives a nice clean edge, especially that we're going to be seaming up this cowl. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn over so you can see the back bumps, and I'm just going to single crochet in the second bump from the hook. There. So now what we're going to do is I'm actually going to insert my hook. We're going to make that herringbone single crochet stitch. I'm going to insert my hook into the left leg of that single crochet. And then from there, I'm going to insert it into the next bump, the next stitch, okay? Insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up 3 loops, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on my hook. Okay, that's what it looks like there. So now to continue on the rest of the row, I'm going to insert my hook next into the farthest left leg. I would call it the 3rd stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3. Insert my hook into that 3rd leg. Insert it into the next bump, the next stitch. Excuse me. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops on my hook. Okay? That's what it looks like. You see the chevron starting to happen. So I'll do it again, slowly. So I'm going to insert my hook into that, 1, 2, 3, that 3rd leg. Oops, it's leaving me here. Insert it into the next bump. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Okay, so I'm going to continue to the end of the row. So that's the right side of the work. Okay, that's the right side, and you can see that herringbone single crochet. So now we're going to work the wrong side of the work, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. You might have heard me compare it to purling in knitting. So this is where it gets a little tricky. So I'm going to turn my work. I'm going to yarn over and chain 1. Now, instead of working front to back, we're actually going to be working back to front through that stitch. Okay, just so you can see that. Let me show you with the needle. It's a little bit easier, especially with a thicker yarn. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our hook, I'm just going to take it out right now, and we're going to be working back to front. Okay? So insert your hook into that 1st stitch, take your yarn under, and now when you're pulling this yarn through that loop, you're going to twist away from you. It keeps that yarn strand on the hook. So I'll show you again. So I've inserted, I'm going to yarn over, and then I'm going to pull through, and twist my hook. With the 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through both loops. Okay, so again, this is what it looks like now on the right side. So this is the wrong side again. We're working the wrong side, but this is what it actually looks on the right side of the work. So from here, to continue along and do the herringbone single crochet stitch, I'm going to insert my hook into that left leg of the stitch and then into the next stitch. Remember, we're working from back to front. So I'm going to insert my hook into that left leg, insert it into the next stitch. I'm going to yarn over, pull up the loop, twist away from you, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Sorry, this yarn tail is getting in the way. Okay, so this is what it looks like from the wrong side, and this is what it looks like from the right side. So to continue on, we're going to count again, 1, 2, 3, that 3rd leg here, that 3rd leg. I'm going to insert my hook there and then into this next stitch. So insert to the leg, insert to the stitch, yarn over, twist and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Okay, so this is what it's looking on the wrong side, and this is what it's looking on the right side, looking like on the right side. Okay, so I'm going to continue on. Once you get the hang of it, you won't need to put your work down and find it. It's easy in the beginning to do that, but then once you actually continue on, it becomes so smooth. So this is what the wrong side looks like, and this is the right side. Looks beautiful. I love it in this thick yarn, this super chunky yarn. It's gorgeous. It looks great in any yarn, I think, but this just makes it look so fluffy. Okay, so now we're going to continue. So from here, I'm going to turn my work. Now, when I turn my work, when we went from the right side to the wrong side of the work, we chained 1 and then did a single crochet. We're not going to do that on this side, the chain 1 part. Okay, so when I turn my work, I am going to just insert my hook into that first stitch right away, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and finish my single crochet. The reason why I don't do a chain on this side when we're going from the wrong side to the right side is because the edge becomes straighter that way. So that's why I decided to omit the chain 1 before that single crochet to get that straight edge. So again, I'm going to do that one more time so you can see. So this is the wrong side. So we're going to go from the wrong side to the right side of the work. So I'm going to turn my work. I like to turn flipping this way so that the yarn, a working yarn, stays behind. I'm going to omit that chain. I'm not going to do a chain 1, and I'm going to go straight into that first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and finish that single crochet. Okay, so from here to do the herringbone single crochet, it's the same as we did when we started the work. So you're going to go insert your hook into that left leg and then into the next stitch. So insert your hook in the left leg, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. So there's your first herringbone single crochet. So we're going to continue. So it's 1, 2, 3, that third leg, the far left leg. You're going to insert your hook here and then into your next stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so I'm going to continue on. So again, just make sure your tension isn't too tight. So this is what the right side of the work looks like. You can see it gives you that nice herringbone chevron look, and you would just keep working the piece until you reach your desired measurement. And now I'm going to show you how to seam the edges together. Okay, so once we've completed our piece, we are going to seam up the cowl with the lace-up stitch for crochet. And this is actually the toddler size cowl. I'm actually going to complete it for my daughter. So I'm just going to have the wrong sides facing me and bring the edges together. So now the wrong side's on the inside and the right side's on the outside. Okay, so now we're going to start the seaming with the lace-up stitch. And like I said, you would normally use your tail and leave it 2 to 3 times the height of the cowl. However, for visual purposes, I'm going to show you with some scrap yarn so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So first thing I'm going to do on the right side, this stitch here, I'm going to insert my needle from back to front. Pull up. Got lots of scrap yarn here. Okay. Then from here, on the same stitch on the left side, I'm going to insert my needle up from back to front. And then again on the right side in that same stitch. There. It'll finish off the cowl nicely. Okay. So from here, what we're going to do, we're on the right side. So we're going to work left to right, left, right, left, right. So we're going to take the next stitch. We're going to find that V. I'm going to turn it just a little bit easier to see. And we're going to insert our hook from back to front into that V and pull up. Then on the same stitch across on the right side, you're going to see that V. You're going to insert your needle from back to front. Next stitch is right here. Insert through the V, back to front. Same on the other side. Okay, so once you get a little ways through, what you would do is you would actually just pull on the yarn and gather it, okay? You could do this when the whole cowl's done, but just a little bit trickier in the sense of you don't want to like rip the working yarn and pull your cowl too out of shape. Okay, so I'll keep going. So left, right, left, right. And I'll show you what it looks like as we're doing it. So I'm going to pull. Okay. See? And then I just stretch it out. There we go. See? A little bit. I stretch it out. It's onto itself after, but it's virtually invisible. Like, I know I'm using a different color scrap yarn, but if you use the same color, you can't even see it, which is awesome. Okay, so that's what it looks like, and then you can fasten off. I would just weave my yarn back and forth a couple times just to make sure it's nice and fastened off, and then you can just weave in your ends. Okay, and you would be using the same yarn color anyway, so you wouldn't see this piece there. But that's it's pretty good stitch. I actually really liked it because when I was first coming up with this pattern, I was thinking, how am I going to seam this close and have it still look like it flows with the pattern? I think it does a pretty good job for all the seaming options out there. Okay, so that's it. There's the seam, and you can barely notice it when you start moving it around, which is amazing. So thank you again for joining me. I hope this was helpful for your I Heart Herringbone Cowl making. And again, this cowl is so squishy, so great for winter, so warm. So I hope this was helpful with the herringbone single crochet stitch and the lace up seaming for the cowl. Thank you again. See you soon. Bye.